All right, welcome. Welcome, good morning. Welcome to Winning Edge Wednesday, brought to you by BAI and our podcast, Full Pipelines and Full Hearts. This is Jon Jones, VP of Operations here at BAI. Thanks for jumping on today's call. I wanted to talk to you all about finishing strong in 2025. Can you believe it? We are right there at the fourth quarter right now, you guys. And of course, we want to finish strong and take that momentum into 2026. Many of you have really stayed the course and you've been able to maintain strong pipelines throughout the entire year. Some of you got off to a slow start this year in 2025, but you know what? You kept at it, made some adjustments, and boom, you're back in the game with things in your pipeline ready to get done in quarter four. And I admire you so much for your mental toughness, your grit, and your belief to keep driving your process. So right now, it's really important. We do not want to make the mistake of just kind of hoping that Q4 just works out, right? We don't want to hope that deals come through. As the saying goes, hope is not a strategy, luck is not a factor, and fear is not an option. So to finish strong in the fourth quarter, we want to do two things. We want to really engage with our clients and our franchise partners to move these deals through. And simultaneously, we also want to make sure we're backfilling our pipelines. We really got to be able to discipline ourselves to be able to do those two things simultaneously. One of the biggest mistakes that people make in this business is they kind of have like this single focus in their process. For example, one month they'll say, I'm going to dedicate this month to generating leads. And then I'm going to focus on the next couple months working those leads. Right. And then it's kind of like a slinky, right? Doing one thing at a time and trying to get things through. And that's going to lead to more of a roller coaster income and results. So you want to be able to discipline yourself to be able to do both, to be able to lead generate, fill your pipelines, and then, of course, simultaneously be working with your franchise or partners, consulting, advising, mentoring your clients to get them through the line. It's being able to manage those two disciplines simultaneously that's going to be the winning formula. And so I wanted just to help you guys perhaps build a plan to finish strong in quarter four. I just want to get your juices flowing. I'm going to give you some ideas that I came up with, some things you guys can think about, and maybe you add it to your plan. Maybe we get together and we'll talk about building a plan specific for you. But I just want to share some things with you to get your mind focused on how we could put a plan together and attack this fourth quarter and finish strong, right? So I've put together what I call 13 ways to finish strong in 2025. Here we go. Number one, contact your active clients that are currently working with the brands that you've introduced them to and ask them just to give you an honest assessment of where they are now in the process and how close do you think they are to making the final decision. Simple. I know you guys are kind of doing this, but just consciously think about that. Get a hold of all your people in the pipeline and find out where each of them really is with clarity. Take their temperature, so to speak. In fact, you can even use that language. Hey, Steve, I wanted to reach out and kind of take your temperature a little bit. We've been through quite a few things so far. I want to see where you are now in the process. How close are we? Right? And then have that conversation, right? And then, of course, any roadblocks, any speed bumps, any hesitations, anything you see that might be standing in your way, and see if you could uncover any little roadblocks that you could help them through during that time. So just make that part of the deal. Formulate a strategy with feedback from your client on how you could coach them through into the end zone. Second, share some keen insights with the franchisor that you're partnering with on a particular deal. Kind of simple. I know you guys are doing this, but I thought it was very powerful just to kind of have this discipline where on every single client, as you get towards the end, you get in closer to the decision, you're able to send and provide your franchise partner with what I call three keys to get the deal through. It's like, hey, I wanted to share with you guys in working and collaborating with my client and our client, here's three keys that I wanted to share with you as the franchisor that I think will help you put this deal together. right? And have the conversation, but then also maybe follow it up with a real concise email titled 3 Keys to Get This Family Through. Here are some insights that I've gained that I want to share with you. 3 keys to get the deal through. Share that in writing, as well as have the conversation with your franchise or partner. Remember, they're working many things. Give them some good notes that they could cut and paste and put into their CRM system, and just kind of have that real concise conversation. Share the concerns that your clients have expressed to you with your franchise or client. Maybe it's something like the following. Maybe they say something like this. Maybe you say something like this. The client loves the brand, love the product, the support resources. They're really impressed. They are concerned about marketing. They really are. They want to know what kind of a support and what are the actual best ways to get new clients, right? This group of people, they don't have a lot of strong marketing background, so they're a little bit apprehensive about this idea of how they're going to market their business. So if you guys can really focus on that in your discovery day or in your process to really help them gain some confidence in that, I know it's going to help us get them through, right? So what's just one example, right? And of course, give insights about the decision makers. Maybe share with them, hey, this particular spouse is kind of playing this role. This spouse is playing this role. It's really important to help spouse number 2 understand XYZ. You guys get the idea. You could share insights from Zoracle, right? Share insights from Zoracle with your franchise, or maybe that'll help them consult better with your client. Share FDD issues that maybe the client has expressed with you. Share, of course, any fears that you have identified or things that you're noticing in their behavior, in their attitudes, maybe said and unsaid, but share those key insights with your franchise partners. See if there's room for you to still close that gap with the deals that you're working on right now. Number 3, share some objective industry or perhaps marketing data about the brand that they are evaluating, right? So when someone's in the middle of evaluating a brand, you could get some external, objective, third-party insights, articles, research, market data. It doesn't have anything to do specifically with the franchise, but something that you think is really kind of demonstrates, wow, this is a great brand to be in right now. So for example, you might send an email to one of your clients that says, hey, Steve, I just saw this interesting article from Harvard Business Review about how the rental market is really projected to be super strong, especially in your state. Property management looks like it's really well positioned for growth, and attach the article, right? So you could look for those types of things just to kind of stay in touch, provide some nourishment, mentally for the candidate to demonstrate that this is a great brand, a great time to get into this particular type of business. Maybe they're looking at property management, and you might send an article like that. And there's so much great content out there, you guys. Anyways, think of opportunities you could take advantage of that. Number 4, do some homework and find out maybe a new brand that you might want to introduce to, either on a biz buy sell type of listing, or perhaps just introduce to a database that you currently have, a network you currently have, or perhaps maybe a contact list or database that you think you can acquire. What might be a good new brand that maybe you haven't really tried before too much, and see if you can introduce something and spark something new. Number 5, identify local networking opportunities that you think would be productive, and get those on your calendar. Get some things on your calendar, right? Number 6, execute an email blast and invite hundreds or thousands or wherever you have to maybe attend a live webinar that you're going to conduct, right? See if you can go back into your old data and see if you can resurrect just a few people that, might have slipped through the cracks somehow. And maybe right now is all of a sudden the time, maybe they're starting to think a little bit more, right? And maybe cast a broad net. Not always just pushing a particular brand, but maybe a general topic, like something like, how to achieve wealth and freedom through franchising. Join me for a live webinar and receive some great insights, right? And then if you want some help in putting together something like that, we can certainly help you do that. Number 7, send an email out inviting people to take the Zoracle assessment if you guys want to do that, right? You could say, hey, have you ever wondered what type of an entrepreneur you might be? Again, we're talking about going back into your leads and see if you can get people resurrected from the database into the actual pipeline. Have you ever wondered what kind of entrepreneur you would be, what your leadership qualities are? We've got this great assessment tool in Zoracle to help you do that. I set it up for you. Here's the link. take the assessment and see what it says. It's very insightful and fun. No matter what you decide to do in your career, it can be really valuable for you. So you could do that as well. Number 8, go to the Belfour Discovery Day, you guys. Belfour's got 16 some brands, Ann Arbor, Michigan, coming up October 22nd. They're inviting us to come in, paying for our expenses to learn about them. Why would we not take advantage of that opportunity? Go connect with this great franchisor that is committed to working with us, learn about their brands. And here's the thing, while you're there, and of course, connecting with the franchise development team and learning about these brands, great opportunity to get some content for social media, right? Especially if you want to, actively promote some of these brands, right? Get some good photos, get some video, explain that how you went to the headquarters, and now you got some great stories to bring to your database, to bring to the market, and share about the Belfour brand. So that could be a momentum generator for you as well. Number 9, put together a marketing strategy to introduce corporate leaders to home-based service franchises, right? So maybe think about that. Q4 is a good time to reach out to some of those corporate leadership folks, directors of sales, those kinds of people that were looking at like business coaching, consulting, home-based franchises. Those franchises typically have a shorter sales cycle, right? So maybe focus and concentrate on maybe activating those brands, generating some interest within those types of folks. See if you can get some home-based type franchises in your pipeline as they might close a little bit faster, right? Less moving parts going on there. Number 10, contact people who express interest in home-based consulting type brands and introduce them to become a BAI broker, right? Again, you got this data that's sitting there, right? Go back and maybe comb through and send an email out and let them know that, hey, here's a niche that I am involved in. You might think it might be a good fit for you as well. Here's some of the benefits of it. And if you'd like to explore what it would look like to become a franchise broker at BAI, let us know and we'll do that. Jared's doing a great job and we've got a great process in place. We've been fine tuning it and helping people, take a look at this opportunity and we'll do a great job representing you and getting people that are like-minded into our brand. And of course, you guys don't have that scarcity mindset of worrying about more competition. There's no such thing as scarcity. Winners don't even think that way. If there's an opportunity to bring some people into the BAI brand, rising tides lifts all boats, you guys. And by the way, it's $10,000. We've got some $10,000 commission checks going out to some of our referring brokers. And why not have some of that money go into your bank account the next couple months, right? So number 11, go to all your potential referral sources on the same vein. Remind them of the business that you're in. Remind them that you help people achieve wealth and freedom through franchising. And if there's anybody we can get together with and help, please refer them my way. And then, of course, you could share whatever it is your incentive, right? Earn a great reward, a thank you, commission, put some extra cash in your pocket for the holiday season, those types of things. But just remind your contacts, your relationships of the business that you're in, that you're looking for referrals, and ask them for the business. Number 12, get moving, you guys. Reinvigorate your exercise routine, whatever that might be. Start the day with your heart pumping, your lungs pressing oxygen in and out of your cells. Something in motion is more likely to stay in motion, you guys. So just kind of make a conscious effort to get moving. And then finally, 13th way to get momentum here and Q4 is, here's a great discipline. Don't go to sleep at night until the next day is planned, right? Plan your productive day tomorrow, every day. So that way, when you wake up, you're not thinking about what you should do. When you wake up, you just got a calendar, you got a plan in front of you, and you just attack. A great mindset is build a productive calendar and then let your calendar boss you around to be productive. And of course, you're in control of what that calendar looks like. You still have all the freedom and the flexibility and the lifestyle you want here, but you want it to be conscious. You want it to be planned. The fact is, planned activity is far more productive than just happenstance activity. Give that some thought. So that's just 13 ways I kind of came up and wanted to share with you, perhaps to get you guys thinking of things. Maybe you can steal some of these ideas, come up with your own, but let's put together a plan on how you can finish strong here in 2025 for quarter 4 Nothing feels better than going into the holidays, going into the new year with some momentum, some closed deals, full pipeline, and that just feels good, right? Here's what we know. Here's what we know. Full pipelines equals full hearts. Can't lose. We want to put yourself in that position where you feel like you are on a roll, like you are in control of your destiny. That's what you deserve. And want to share some of those thoughts with you. If you want to reach out to me, get with me and talk about putting together a plan with you, love to, help you be another set of eyes on your plan and get focused for Q4. You guys, thank you so much for jumping on today's call. Hope you got some things to think about and take action on. Have a great day.